project for teen volunteers like Lisa and I, and we just kind of wanted to share our ideas about the project and put it on a presentation.
One of the quotes that inspired us to do this project is by Steve Irwin. If we can teach people about wildlife, they will be touched. Share my wildlife with me, because humans want to save things that they love. And so it's important to share this message of conservation and these animals to people that are in these environments and love them. So our goal was spreading the word and importance of conservation through informative and immersive displays, and that's our goal with what we have come up with, which is a kind of like an artifact cart, but more of like a display cart.
So first of all, we had to get the cart, and we had a little bit of criteria for what we were looking for. So we had 4 things. We wanted to make sure it had wood, so it was appealing and it matched with the rest of the museum. Also, we wanted to make sure that it had enough storage to store all the artifacts we wanted to present. Also, we wanted to make sure that it displayed all the artifacts we wanted to have out at that time, and kind of going with storage, making sure that it would also fit in the cart when we weren't using it. And then durability, to make sure that it can be transported to all parts of the museum without things falling out or any issues.
So after some digging, we found this cart. And so as you can see, it's wooden, it has wheels, so it can be transferred. It has good ratings in that it's durable. And it has storage underneath on the side. We can fit in artifacts and displays, other items that visitors can either touch or look at. And so this costs roughly around $463, and then shipping is around $60.
So we have 3 areas that we would like to focus on when using the cart. So the first area is Upper Swamp and the Owl Barn. A lot of visitors have questions in that area, so we thought it'd be a good place to have a really more immersive display. We also have the sea conservation, more like the mangrove area, where we can talk about sea pollution with fishing and lines and things like that. And mainly the community pond. We chose that one because visitors can go back to their homes, and it can allow them to apply what they learned at the museum and help out their communities, and they can find out how they can help through not throwing trash in their streams and things like that.
So first off, sea conservation, we had a couple ideas. So the first one was talking about how turtles can be harmed by plastic bags. And so we would display that through a quart mason jar that would be filled with water, and it would have like a trash bag in there, a plastic one. And then in the other one, there would be a laminated photo of jellyfish, so you can see what they kind of look like water and how a turtle would mistake a trash bag for jellyfish. Because 3D displays have been shown to have more of an impact on people's memory than just a picture. And then harming sea life, we would talk about how what a huge problem with animals getting hurt. And this is where Izzy comes into play, because Izzy, our sea turtle, was hurt, and that's why we have her. And she was actually hurt by some fishing tools. And so fishing equipment accounts for 42% of all marine animal cases. And then we talk about southern stingrays, because those are what's in the display. And we talk about how the hogfish and wrasses eat parasites and mucus off of them, and a couple other cool facts about the southern stingray, so they can learn more. And then the long-nosed saw shark is the other one. And that one's asked a lot because of their long snout. So we could talk about how they're actually not very dangerous, and they're more docile, and get past that barrier of misunderstanding when there's a word shark anywhere. And then we talk about manatees, because they really are cool, and how much they eat, which is really impressive, and some of the cool facts about that. And then lastly, we would talk about light pollution and how sea turtle hatchlings can actually be affected, and they can go away from going to the ocean when they hatch, and they can go toward artificial lighting and why that's a problem. And from a young age, this goes with our message of conservation and helping the environment.
So the next area is Upper Swamp for the owls of the Owl Barn. The 6 items that we chose for this area were owl feathers, owl pellets, a skunk skin, an owl claw, eyelids, and how they rotate their heads 270 degrees instead of 360. A lot of visitors come in thinking owls rotate their heads 360 degrees, and we can show them that really it's their 14 vertebrae in their neck and how it's not really all the way around. If they did, it would have fallen off. And their eyelids, how they have 3, and what each purpose of those are for. And for the owl claw, just how how strong their grip is. And then the skunk skin, the skunk is the owl's main prey. So we kind of want to show how the ecosystem works with that. And then for the owl pellets, we'll have one that is dissected and one that is not dissected to show visitors, like, to actually have a visual of what it looks like when owls eat their prey whole. And then for the feathers is kind of how light their bodies are and how silent they are when they are hunting at night. And they can also like actually feel them and see what an actual owl feather looks like.
And then the last one is community pond. So we would have, we talk about some of the animals in the area, but we would also talk about pollution as well. So we would have a pollution visual, which would be, again, another mason jar. And, because it kind of go with, like, I don't know, the look of Wonders of Wildlife. And it would be filled with trash that Abigail and I would find from James River, which is just in our area. And so it would show that trash is really around and that pollution can be caused. And so this helps them just see the idea that these animals are affected by it. We talk about short-nosed gars and how their eggs are actually poisonous and how they're only poisonous to warm-blooded animals, and that includes humans, and why that works. And for younger ages, we'll vary that because you can't really explain that sometimes to a 2-year-old. But then paddlefish skulls, we would talk about how their mouths open wide and how they use its bill, and that they eat the tiny plants and animals and filter it with their fine gill rakers. And then apex predators, we talk about how long-nosed gar are really important to their ecosystem and the importance of the food chain, and that they help control other fish populations, and that ensures that other habitats aren't overpopulated.
So this is a graph of the budget. So the things that you would be investing in is for the cart, the Great Horned Owl School Town and Egg, and the stain for the cart. And kind of discussing like another goal that we had for this project was to repurpose a lot of things that we might already have. So like owl pellets from the education area and things like that to just lower the cost of the budget. So the overall total would be around $695. And just a note on the Great Horned Owl items, the education team is contemplating purchasing those items, so we might not have to get them. But we just added that to our total just in case they don't end up placing the order for those items.
So this is a rough timeline. This will definitely change versus questions and stuff. So mid-August, we would order the cart, if this goes well, order the cart and then order the artifacts and buy the stain. Then 1 to 2 weeks later, we would receive that cart and we'd stain the cart when it's unassembled to match Wonders of Wildlife. So it goes with the whole theme and just fits right in. And then early September, we would receive artifacts and we put the cart fully together and start organizing the bins. We'd make information sheets in mid-September, and then we'd start printing those and checking them, make sure there's no problems. And then we'd print vinyl and apply it to the bottom tubs, but also on the side of the cart, and it'd say like Wonders of Wildlife. And then late September, we do some cart artifacts training and begin interactive cart presentations to the public, get feedback. A month later, that's not on there, but we get it back up, a couple feedback, and figure out how to improve it or what to add.
So benefits and why you should invest in student interns. First of all, it spreads educational programs. Not only are you educating the volunteers who will be interested in conservation later, it'll also be educating the public and the visitors who will also be coming through the museum and having questions about, what's a great horned owl and things like that. Also, it promotes conservation learning by peer-to-peer interactions. So like Lisa and I, it was great to collaborate with someone else my age who had the same passion and for conservation, and we can actually do something about it. That was really positive. And also it adds volunteer opportunities for more teens to be part of the Wonders of Wildlife, and I would really like to see other teenagers have the same opportunity as I have to get to interact and learn public speaking skills and learn how to collaborate, much like a work environment. And also it allows visitors to have a hands-on experience. When they touch that great horned owl talon, it really helps them stick in their brain the information that they learned, and then they can go back and tell other people, like, wow, I didn't know this before, you should come to the museum, it's really cool. And also, it's really cost efficient. The only things that you'd be buying is the cart and the sting, and other than that, that's basically a one-time investment. You won't really have to buy anything else after that, it's just a one-time cost, and that's all you have to do.
Thanks for bearing with us.
Wow. Very nice.